All right. There we go. Now we're all set. So in this video today, we are going to look at how to set different aspects of a paper as uh, the precept or the basic one that whenever we open a new Word document, it will already be set up so that we don't have to mess with anything. And we'll take a look at formatting a title page a little bit at the end. So first up, we're going to look at how to set our font as the same font for every Word document we open up in the future. And to do that, the first thing you got to do is come right up here to this drop down arrow, and you're going to click that arrow, and it's going to open up a new dialog box. Make sure you're on this little font tab inside of the dialog box. And I already have the one set for every paper, but for a Turabian style paper, Times New Roman size 12 is the accepted font. So if your word is already at Calibri, let's say, and you need to change it to Times New Roman to make sure that it follows Turabian style guide, all you've got to do is come right into this dialog box. If it's at Calibri, just start typing in Times New Roman. It'll pop up. You can click that. Make sure your font style is regular and your size is 12. And then you can come right down to the bottom and you click Set as Default. All documents based on the normal template, and click OK. And now every Word document you open will have Times New Roman as your new font. Another thing that is important to look at when setting up your paper for the Turabian style is to look at your margins and your specifically your margins. To do that, go to your layout tab at the top on the top of your Word document. Find the page setup little column and click that drop down arrow. And then the first thing we want to look at is our margins. For the margins for a Turabian style paper will be 1 inch for top, bottom, left, and right. They will all be 1 inch. So if your paper is at 1.2 inches for the top, you can just click down the arrow down twice and it'll change it to 1. And you want to make sure, again, the top, bottom, left, and right spot is all at 1 inch. Another thing to do while you are in this same dialog box is go over to your layout tab in there and come down to your header and make sure it is at 0.75 inches. That is the accepted spot for the header to be in a Turabian style paper. So again, the same thing, you can type it in if you just go in there, and if it's at 0.80 inches, you can backspace twice and change it to 0.75. You can also use, the arrows are a little bit harder with this because it just goes up by single digits, so you'll have to add the 5 in no matter what. With that header, you want to make sure that you click the different first page box. It might already be that way, but just make sure that is set up correctly. And then do the same thing. Go down, click Set as Default, and click Yes, and it will do that as well. And then one final thing to do and making sure that your paper is all set up as a template for every single paper you write, you want to go to your paragraph drop-down box back in the Home tab, click that again, and it'll pop up. In Turabian style, the line spacing is double. So just come down to this little drop-down box where it says line spacing and make sure it's set at double, and then do your same formula of set as default, all documents based on the normal template, and click OK. There, now you've got your paper set up for your Turabian style. and every Word document you open will be in that same 1-inch margin, Times New Roman 12 font, and double spaced. Now I said that we were going to look a little bit at formatting a title page. The first thing we want to do is when we've got our title in our mind, that title goes at the 3-inch mark on our paper. Now, we can't just command our computer to go right to the 3-inch mark. So the way we do that is you're just going to hit enter as many times as it takes until right down here where it says in the bottom where it says your page, how many pages you're at, your words, right in the middle, it says at colon. Mine's right now at 4 inches, so I'm a little too far. That tells you where your cursor is on the page. So if I'm at 4 inches, I want to go back up a little bit more. 3.6, 3.3, 2.9. So we're not going to get exactly at 3, but 2.9 is the closest, so we're going to use that. Then you're going to center your cursor, bold your font, and type in your title. Let's just say my title is Turabian Research Paper. It's not a great title for your paper, but this is just basic at the moment. So that's our title of our page. It's right in the middle. It's centered around 3 inches. That's great. The next thing is we're going to need a little bit more information on that page. And that's all going to go at 6 inches. So you're going to hit enter again till at that same spot where we found the 2.9. We're at 5.2, 5.6, and 5.9. That's the closest we're going to get again. Now, the information we need here is going to be your name. So author's name, I believe it is the class you are in. So I'll just use CA 123. And let's just say the class title is Learning to Write. And then right underneath that, you're going to have the due date. And so let's just say this paper is due February 2nd. So it is February 2, 2022. And that's how you're going to format your title page. Now, again, you can't set this as a default for every Word document. You just have to remember that when I want to get to my cursor to the 6-inch mark or the 3-inch mark or the 6-inch mark, I'm just going to hit enter until right down here at the at spot, it says the closest it can be to 3 inches. And that's how you format a title page and set up your defaults on your Word documents.